What's up, guys? Today I will telling about the Lincoln 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, is one of the most iconic and widely circulated coins in American history. The 1971 Lincoln cent holds a special place in numismatics, representing a period of transition in U.S. coinage and reflecting the economic and cultural landscape of the early 1970s. This 4,000-word script explores the history, design, composition, mintages, varieties, and collectability of the 1971 Lincoln cent. The legacy of the Lincoln cent, origins of the Lincoln penneth. Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. circulating coin to feature a real historical figure, rather than an allegorical representation such as Liberty. The obverse head side was designed by Victor David Brenner, showcasing Lincoln's profile, while the original reverse tail side depicted wheat stalks, earning it the nickname Wheat Penny. Transitioned to the memorial reverse in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the U.S. Mint replaced the wheat ears with the Lincoln Memorial design by Frank Gasparro. This new reverse remained in use until 2008, when the bicentennial Lincoln designs were introduced. Thus, the 1971 Lincoln cent is part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial series. The 1971 Lincoln cent in context. America in 1971. The early 1970s were a time of economic and social change in the United States. Economic factors, inflation was rising, and the U.S. was still recovering from the recession of 1969-1970. The coin shortage, the mid-1960s saw a coin shortage due to hoarding of silver coins. By 1971, the mint was producing cents in large numbers to meet demand. The end of silver in coinage. The Coinage Act of 1965 had already removed silver from dimes and quarters, but cents remained copper-based. Composition of the 1971 penny, pre-1982 composition. From 1909 to 1982, Becksept. For 1943's steel cents. Lincoln cents were made of amateur 9.5 in copper and 5% zinc, weight, grams, 19 mm in diameter. Magnetic properties. Unlike the 1943 steel cents, 1971 pennies are not magnetic. Due to rising copper prices in the 1970s, the mint later switched to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. Thus, the 1971 cent is one of the last pure copper pennies. Mintage and varieties of the 1971 Lincoln cent, mint marks, and production numbers. The 1971 Lincoln cent was struck at 3 U.S. mints, or mint mark mintager, or 4 billion, or mun, or Philadelphia, or none, or 1,919,490,000, or Denver, or D, or 2,911,045,600, or San Francisco, or S, or only proof coins, no circulation strikes, or Philadelphia, no mint mark. The main mint produced nearly billion cents, making them common. Denver, Dover, 2.9 billion were struck, the highest mintage for 1971. San Francisco S only proof coins were made for collectors approx. 3.2 million. Notable varieties and errors. While most 1971 pennies are common, a few varieties attract collectors. 1971 doubled. Die obverse. Dodo, a rare doubling effect on Lincoln's profile. Most prominent in the words "In God We Trust." 1971 S proof coins. Some proof cents exhibit peg leg or a missing serif. Liberty off-center strikes. Misaligned dies sometimes produce partially off-center coins. Chapter 4. Collectability and value of the 1971 Lincoln cent 4.1, or 1971. Most 1971 pennies are worth face value due to their high mintage. However, certain conditions and errors increase value, or coin or condition or approx. value 2024, or prox, value, or 1971p, or circulated, or 1 cent, or 1971p, or $1 to fives, or 1971d, or uncirculated MS65, or $1 to 5, or 1971s proof, or 1970, or 1971 double die obverse, or AUMS, or $100 to $500 plus, or 4.2. How to identify a 1971 double die obverse DDO. Look for doubling in God We Trust and the date. Compare with known examples from error guides. Certification by PCGs or NGC enhances value. 4.3. Hoarding copper pennies. Due to their 95% copper content, pre-1982 pennies are worth about 2 to 3 cents in metal value as of 2024. Some investors hoard them for their intrinsic metal worth. Chapter 5. The 1971. Lincoln Cent in Popular Culture 5.1. The penny in everyday life. The 1971 cent was part of millions of everyday transactions. Many were lost, worn out, or melted illegally for copper. 5.2. The penny debate. Even in the 1970s, discussions are the Lincoln 1-cent coin, commonly referred to as the Lincoln penny, holds a significant place in American numismatics. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the penny has seen numerous design changes and mint variations over the years. Among these, the 1971 Lincoln penny is often a subject of intrigue for collectors and enthusiasts alike. This script delves into the value of the 1971 Lincoln 1-cent coin, exploring its historical context, variations, market value, and factors that influence its worth. 1. Historical context. The 1971 Lincoln penny was minted during a period when the United States was undergoing economic and social changes. The coin's design, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, remained consistent with the design introduced in 1959. The composition of the coin was primarily copper, with a small percentage of zinc, a combination that remains standard until 1982 mint variations, and their impact on value, the 1971. Lincoln penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark. Each mint produced coins with slight variations, including differences in die quality and strike sharpness. In particular, the San Francisco minted pennies 1971s are often more sought after, especially in proof condition. Error coins and their significance. Some 1971 pennies are valued significantly higher due to errors, such as double die, obverse DDO, or repunched mint marks RPM. These errors occurred during the minting process and are considered rare, attracting collectors willing to pay a premium. Condition and grading. The coin's condition, ranging from good G to mint state, MS greatly impacts its value. Coins graded MS65 or higher can fetch significantly higher prices, especially if they are free from scratches or discoloration. Proof coins, particularly those with a deep cameo appearance, are especially valuable. Market trends and collectors' demand. Over the decades, the value of the 1971 Lincoln penny has fluctuated, influenced by factors such as copper prices and the discovery of error coins. Numismatic auctions and online marketplaces provide insight into current values, with pristine examples commanding a premium. How to determine the value of your 1971 penny. To assess the value of a 1971 Lincoln penny, collectors should examine mint marks, check for errors, and have the coin professionally graded. Consulting reputable coin catalogs and recent auction results is also essential. Conclusion. The 1971 Lincoln 1-cent coin may appear ordinary, but its value can range from face value to significant amounts, depending on condition, rarity, and collector interest. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or casual collector, understanding the factors influencing this coin's value can guide your collecting and investment decisions. The Lincoln 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, is one of the most iconic and widely circulated coins in the United States. The 1971 Lincoln cent holds a special place in numismatic history as part of the long-running series that began in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln. This script explores the historical background, design, minting details, varieties, errors, collectability, and economic significance of the 1971 Lincoln penny. Historical background of the Lincoln cent origin and significance. The Lincoln cent was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, Lincoln, rather than an allegorical representation. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original coin featured a bust of Lincoln on the obverse and wheat ears. On the reverse, known as the wheat penny, transition to the Lincoln Memorial. Design. In 1959, the reverse was redesigned by Frank Gasparo to feature the Lincoln Memorial to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1971 penny retains this design, which was used from 1959 until 2008, before being replaced by the shield reverse in 2010. Design and features of the 1971 Lincoln cent obverse: head's design portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a left-facing bust based on Brenner's original design. Inscriptions: "In God We Trust" above Lincoln's head, "Liberty" to the left, the year 1971 to the right, the mint mark if present below the date. Reverse tails design. Lincoln Memorial, a detailed depiction of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington. D.C. Inscriptions: United States of America, top arch, E, pluribus unum centered above the memorial. 1 cent at the bottom. Composition and specifications: materia, 95% copper, 5% zinc until mid-1982, when the composition changed to zinc with a copper plating weight, 3.11 grams. Diameter, 19 millimeters. Edge plain. Minting details and variety mints and mint marks: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, produced the majority of 1971 pennies. Denver Mint D mint mark, struck pennies with a D below the date. San Francisco Mint S mint mark, produced proof coins for collectors, not for circulation mintage figures. Philadelphian, approximately 1,919,490,000 no. Mint mark Denver, about 2,911,045,600, with ND mint mark San Francisco. Only proof coins. Around 3,220,733 minted. Notable varieties and errors: doubled, die, obverse, NDDO. Some 1971 pennies exhibit slight doubling in the date and inscriptions due to a misaligned die. Off-center strikes, rare errors where the coin is struck off. Center. Repunched mint marks RPM. Some Denver coins show traces of repunched NDD mint mark. Collectability and value. Condition and grading: uncirculated MS60 to MS70. Coins with no wear, often from mint sets or rolls. Extremely fine EF40 to EF45. Light wear on high points. Good G4 to G6. Heavy wear but design still visible. Market value. Circulated coins, typically worth 1 to 5 cents. Uncirculated coins can fetch $1 to $5 depending on condition. Proof coins S min, valued at $2 to $10. Error coins DDO, RPM, can range from $20 to $100 plus for significant arrow rarity. The Lincoln 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, is one of the most iconic and widely circulated coins in the United States. The 1971 Lincoln cent holds a special place in numismatic history as part of the long-running series that began in 1909 to honor the 1,000. 971 penny is common, but well-preserved specimens and errors are sought after. Collectors often seek full rolls or mint sets for long-term value. Economic and cultural impact role in everyday commerce. Despite inflation reducing its purchasing power, the penny remains in circulation. Used in retail transactions, charity donations, and small-scale commerce. Controversy over the penny's future debate over eliminating the penny due to production costs exceeding face value. Advocates argue for its historical significance, while critics cite inefficiency. The penny in popular culture, featured in idioms a penny for your thoughts, penny pincher. Used in good luck rituals tossing pennies into fountains. Conclusion. The 1,971 Lincoln 1-cent coin is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. While not rare, it represents an era of high mintage, the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln on us. Currency. Collectors value it for its errors, proofs, and well-preserved examples. As debates continue over the penny's future, the 1971 issue remains a key part of the Lincoln cent series and a staple in coin collections worldwide.